As someone who used to preach, do what you love to almost everyone, I had to realize over the years that saying that to people was in vain. It was null and void because a lot of people don't know what they love. But it's because a lot of us don't even know who we are at our core. We're forever changing, we're forever evolving. So that's not, I don't really believe in that this is just who I am type of mentality, because I believe that we're meant to surrender and crumble and become anew consistently. Mainly because we're spiritual beings first. And being rooted in God requires you to cleanse your heart, cleanse your soul, cleanse your spirit constantly. So you can't really be fixated in this is just who I am as a spiritual being if you truly want to have fullness of experience in this human body. That's my personal opinion. So in this space of do what you love and love yourself and all the things, I had to realize so many of us, so many people have lived their lives based on what someone else wanted them to do. You may have been someone who has lived your life based on what other people wanted you to do or based on what you thought was socially acceptable in society. And it's unfortunate because now when you hear the phrase, just do what you love, it could stop you in your tracks. Recently, I wrote in my journal, the environments you come from are not your responsibility, but the environments you create are. So it's not on you that you grew up in an existence where you did not know what you loved because you were doing what someone else loved. However, it is your responsibility to shift your narrative if you so choose, if you truly desire, if you really feel called to do so. And it takes for you to sit with some questions that you may not be ready to answer yet. And truthfully, I don't really believe there's a such thing as being ready for. Because it's going to take you back to the beginning. Especially if you've made choices in your life that were for your parents, for a teacher, for a family member, for a guardian, for a friend, for, just whatever you thought you was supposed to do. But definitely for parents, because so many children, so many of us, and we're all someone's child. So when I say children, I'm not just talking about little kids. We are all someone's child. So many parents make their kids feel like they owe them something for the sacrifices that they made. I completely disagree with that. For me, the way I see it is you chose to be a parent. So, as you should, your child's life is not meant to be your redemption or a return on your investment. Children are meant to exist in their own way. We're just meant to guide them. Parents are just meant to guide their kids, not create their life story for them. And most of us, a lot of us, I can't say I did. I'm going to be honest. That's why I'm considered the rebel child and the black sheep and the one who didn't listen to nobody and all the things. But a lot of people chose a path that their parents felt made the most sense for their lives. And now hearing a sentiment of just do what you love does not make sense. It's not enough. It's not enough. And I've had to backtrack myself and check myself and how often I've said that to people, not thinking of the fullness of the statement. Questions you have to sit with in regards to going back is one, striving to remember what you loved as a kid. What did you gravitate towards? Even if you don't fully remember your entire childhood, there was something that you know for a fact, like, oh, I used to love doing that. That is your starting place. And I guarantee you that that is going to take you to a level of unfolding. It does not mean that the thing you enjoyed as a kid is the thing that you're going to do now, but it is going to allow you to remember that you did love things for you before anyone else told you what to love or what to strive for. And that's the important part, that you were always whole and you were always your own person prior to what was instilled in you. And don't get me wrong, we are receiving our mother's fears, our mother's hesitations, our mother's loves while we're in the womb. So we have already received so much information before we're even birthed earthside. However, there still exists a piece of us because we come from spirit. I believe that children in the infancy are the most connected to spirit ever. So in that, there exists a space where you were connected to a piece of your calling. This is deeply connected to doing things alone, because figuring out what you love for yourself can only be something that is a journey between you and God. You can't keep patterning yourselves after your friends, your family, your co-workers, whoever's on Instagram, YouTube. You can be inspired by, but at the end of the day, you have to truly discover what makes sense for your life, which is why I say go back to your childhood. Because as a kid, kids aren't worried about nobody but themselves. As they should be, though. Kids know what they like and what they dislike. They know they don't want to eat those peas. They know they like playing in dirt. They know they like Barbie dolls. They know they like toy trucks. And that's not even gender specific. Kids know. It is adults that tell them, oh no, that's dangerous. Oh no, don't do this. Oh no, don't go there. Oh, why do you want to be this? Oh, why do you want to talk to them? Kids have a very strong sense of themselves. At least to me, they do. In your space of self-discovery, in your space of figuring out what you love, it is imperative that you step away from what is popular, from what's trending, from what all your friends and family are doing, and truly decide what makes sense for me. What is something that I see and it makes my heart smile? What is a moment that I could remember where my spirit was singing, where my soul was soaring? And if nothing has ever made you feel like that, I guarantee that feeling was present somewhere in your childhood. And if you feel like that was never the case, then you have a blank canvas of possibilities. And I pray that you see it as such. It is never too late to discover what you love for yourself. But you just have to give yourself permission to do so. Again, as always, I'm sure there's more I can add to this, but I'm going to leave it right here. There's never a goodbye and always a silly... What? It's never a goodbye and it's always a see you later.